Hey there, this is Anonymous T. Welcome to Anonymous T Podcast. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Some housekeeping items, some meat and potato items. It is free to follow me. Free to follow me on this channel, Anonymous T Podcast. Follow me on my main channel if you haven't already, Anonymous T. Follow me on the Tickety Talk at Anonymous T Podcast. Free to follow me on the Instagram. On the Instagram, he's at AnonymousRealityT. Free to share everywhere. Free to like the video so that it gets out into the algorithm, y'all. Also free to share with your family, your friends, and your foes. So today we're talking Love Island USA Season 7, Episode 1 that finally aired in the 11th hour, y'all. I'm so agitated because it's like there's no consideration to the people who have to work or anything. And it's going on midnight by the time I finish the episode. No. So, nonetheless, the episode finally came available because Canada got to see the episode first, essentially. And we are still doing these Broadway dance numbers, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm not interested. I'm not interested. Even if it's a song I like, I feel like they can do something else with these intros. I liked what Love Island UK used to do, which was they would kind of have a setup to where the introduction was kind of like in relation to something somebody did. So like say if somebody was a flight attendant, they would film like a sequence of the person like, pretending to like work on the flight. Like something like that. Like I feel like these Broadway dance numbers is unnecessary. It's unnecessary. We're here to watch a dating show, not Broadway. Like we got to do something else with these intros because it's not giving. It's not giving what you think it is. And then having, the Trump supporters and the person saying the N-word trying to fake lip sync the lyrics, what was not a good look, right? They could care less about the song. They couldn't feature the song and everything else. So enough on that, right? So we have Alondria and Shelly arrive first, right? They come in first, which I thought was pretty cool. Everybody gives their introductions and who they are as far as the ladies go. Already off the bat, I'm not liking Elisa. And this is even before I even knew about her saying the N-word and other problematic things. She said she was in a relationship with somebody for 9 years and was, expecting things to, go all the way. She cooked and cleaned for this person and they kept cheating on her. They kept disrespecting her and all of these things. And she looks a lot older than, whatever she's claiming, right? She just looks very older, right? Then we have Yuta, right? Yuta has a 4-year-old and she's revealed it to a couple of the ladies, and she is, I guess this is going to be like her big storyline for the show, so I'm guessing she's anticipating being here for a while. I did notice that she was calling the black girls the B word a lot. But then when it got to Bella and Elisa, she would call them babe. So I'm going to keep my eye on that because I don't like that at all. But outside of that, Yuta seems harmless, but I feel like she's very delusional. She's very delusional and she's easily swayed by love bombing in relationships. Nonetheless, Alondria, she is, she seems she's open to all types of men. Shelly seems like, and I'm still confused on her story, which we'll talk about in a moment, because she says she's from Orlando, but she lives in Queens, New York, but her story with Ace, I don't know. It's interesting, right? So we get the men come in, we have Ace and Nick come in, and actually, they might seem like they can bring something to the villa, to be honest with you. Because when Austin came in, who was the other Trump supporter, I wasn't interested. He is giving Dollar General, Justin Hartley, and everything else. He's not a bad-looking guy. He's just, it's very hard to sit through his conversations because he's very difficult to talk to. So we also have the cowboy, you guys, and I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I think he's supposed to be on Farmers Only, or whatever the dating show is about cowboys. I think he's on the wrong show. I think he got on the wrong flight, and he was supposed to be wherever they film, the cowboy dating show, because he's nowhere to be found in the episode, y'all. His screen time is minimal. Then we have Jeremiah. Jeremiah, he reminds me of, his personality, his aura, like the coolest kind of like spaced out aura reminds me so much of Kai from Love Island UK. And I don't know if y'all are picking that up, right? Now Jeremiah is cute. He's very good looking, but I don't know. It's giving space cadet the brain. So nonetheless, I'm gonna keep my eye on that as well, because I think he's the one that had the situationship that came out on TikTok and said that she was involved with him or whatever, and then he ghosted her to do this show. So then we have Bella. Bella is playing up the chastity act, that she's Christian, that she's all this and that. I don't know if I fully buy what she's selling. I think she's just not interested in these people. I don't think she likes the group of men that's currently there on the show. But I don't know if her antics are going to get her far on this show, because she seems so disinterested. So Ariel comes in. Ariel. Yeah, Ariel, right? Oh, no. Not Ariel. My apologies, y'all. I was thinking of the CBS show. CBS Love Island USA. I miss Ariel. She was the host. Ariana. Sorry, Ariana. My bad. My honest mistake. Honest mistake. So Ariana comes in, and I love the outfit she has on. The outfit's killing it, right? So she comes in with the girls. She introduces tries to get to know them, introduces the guys, says that the guys are, going to stand on, the little heart bubbles or whatever, the heart platforms. And they said they're going to do things a little bit different this year in terms of your couples. They said what is going to happen is the girls get to kiss two men, and judging by how good the kiss is, that is who they get to decide who gets to be in the couple. And then whoever the girl is behind them can kiss the same guys, and can also steal if somebody else is already coupled up with them, right? And so on and so forth, right? So Shelly goes first. And I thought it was a great decision, right? She goes right for the gusto. She kisses Austin, and it actually was a pretty good kiss. And then her and Ace kiss, and it is just like fireworks. Because I'm glad that they addressed right off the bat that they knew each other, right? Because we knew that they followed each other. We knew they were in each other's likes. They said that they met at a club in New York and somehow exchanged information to the point that they were in some sort of communication, but she said she was in Orlando and he was in Los Angeles, and they figured with long distance it wasn't going to work. But Ace really seems into her. Bella couples up with Nick. It really wasn't worth noting because she's kissing everybody on the cheek. Like I said, you can. It's not an issue for me if you want to have like an innocent, hey, we're not going to rush the physical, that sort of thing. For me, though, I see people making comparisons to Destiny, and I feel with Destiny, she at least had interest in the men, so it was a different vibe of her not trying to rush the physical. It seemed like she was genuinely interested in these men and everything else. Bella, I'm not getting the vibe that she's interested in these men, and she's purposefully just in shutdown mode with them, right? So I feel like there's a difference, right? That you could still be cutesy and kiss on the cheek and this and that, but there has to be interest, there has to be engaging conversation, and I feel like Bella's giving them nothing. So that's the difference between her and Destiny. Destiny, these men were all about her, and and even when she moved on, they were still about her and everything else and crashing out over her. But I don't get that same with Bella. So there's that. Also, we get to Huda, right? So we get to Huda. Her and Jeremiah have a really good kiss. They decide to couple up or whatever else, and yeah, so that was a match and everything. Alondria, she goes for the Cowboys. She goes for Taylor. I'm a little worried about Taylor. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I'm worried that he might be an early boot because I feel like with how things are going with Yulisa and Austin, I feel like their stay is going to be there longer than what we want them to be, especially if Yulisa is willing to do production's dirty work and provide mess. So it's like, I feel a certain way, and I feel like Taylor might end up being a casualty. And I don't know if it's because he's not the right format for the show, or maybe producers don't feel he's giving enough, because I feel like he's already getting a ghost edit, and I don't know how long that's going to last. So nonetheless, Yulisa's last, right? Yulisa's last, and she kisses Ace and Jeremiah. Now, Jeremiah had the right idea. When Yulisa tries to go up and kiss him, he turns his head to the side so that she only kisses his cheek out of respect for Huda. She then goes to Ace, and Ace is just, they're kissing for like a million hours, it seems. And it's just like, and Ace made the comment, I think I bleeped up. And it's like, yeah, you did. Because you kissed her way too long. So nonetheless, Yulisa picks Ace and steals Ace from Shelly. And Shelly feels a certain type of way. And then it leaves her and Austin that are, the only singles. So they are in a couple. So nonetheless, we get some initial talks, some initial conversations. I'm not seeing the spark between Ace and Yulisa. Ace isn't either. But nonetheless, her rationale for choosing him is because he knows how to dance and he's good looking. It seems like it's just her type, but I feel like her type, with her running off saying the N-word so much in podcasts and nobody checking her, I feel like she maybe has a thing for black men, and I feel like she likes being in competition with black women and like having, something over them, because the first thing I would think is, if you have a history with somebody and you met at a club or whatever, it's giving Tyreek and Ella from Love Island UK, by the way. If you already met before at a club, and then out of all these people for the show, y'all just happen to be on the show where you're now in a confined environment for several weeks together, I would want no parts of that. Because at some point, y'all are going to get back together. And make this thing crack, right? So, nonetheless, I just feel like Yulisa really is just trying to, be territorial, and it's unnecessary, because it's like, you are going after a man who didn't solidify that he was all about you. The girls made these decisions, the men did not. And I think had the men had the choices, I think we would be seeing a few different couples, with the exception of Jeremiah and Huda, right? So, nonetheless, there's small talk, small conversation, and everything else. I'm not getting the vibes between Austin and Shelly. I think Shelly's just playing nice and everything else. I'm not getting any vibes between Nick and Bella either. Very boring conversation. Alondria and Taylor seem kind of, we'll see what happens. But, because he's like a thing about you can't have, nasty feet and all this. And I guess he lost a toe or something like that, because a horse stepped on him. So, nonetheless, we get to bedtime and everything else. They take a tour of the villa. We see the speakeasy. They have a photo booth, which was really cool. And also they have a sauna. So, everybody gets ready for bed or whatever. Everybody's trying to play nicey nice, but this is not Friendship Island, y'all. Y'all are going to have to step on some toes. So, nonetheless, everybody goes to bed. Nobody does anything in the bed except for Huda and Jeremiah. And I feel like Jeremiah is about to run game on Huda like never before. She's already telling this man she loves him. She's already kissing him in the bed night one. Like they're really trying to solidify that they're like a day one it couple. And Jeremiah, I think, is very well versed in this show. And I think he thinks that he has the show in the bag. I think he thinks that he's already won the show. And I'm here to tell you, dude, like you're trying too hard. You're trying too hard. You're doing too much. talking about I already won and all this and that. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Because we vote. We vote on who wins. So nonetheless, I am onto your scam. I am onto your game. You're trying to be the most committed and the most loyal and all this and that. And you feel if you already lock things in that it's going to go well for you. But I feel like you're an F-boy and your type's going to come in. And whenever Huda reveals this child thing, I feel like things are going to hit the fan and your true colors are going to show. So nonetheless, we get to the next day. The men are trying to make breakfast and everything else. You know, the ladies are out. This is the first time the girls are in their bikinis because they did the couplings the night before. And I do like this of doing the couplings at night because I think it's gorgeous with the scenery and everything else in Fiji. And they have like fireworks and stuff. So we're on day 2 now, right? We're on day 2 in the villa. People are having conversations and everything else. Austin and Shelly still, I don't know. Austin, there's something delayed with him. And it just seems like he's just not here. He just seems like he is just not here. He is out of sight. He's out of mind. However, he is a more of the attractive white men that have been on the USA show in recent seasons. But nonetheless, it's just like, it just seems like you're pulling teeth to try to talk to this guy. And it's exhausting. So then Yelisa is bragging to the girls that Ace didn't do anything with her last night and that he was respectable. But I was like, Ace looked like he wasn't planning on doing anything. So I feel like she's in Delulu. So Ace pulls Shelly for a chat and you could tell that he really is into her. I'm not sure why people are trying to, you know, mess with Ace like this. I feel like the title says he's the ace in the hole. I think he's really into Shelly, but due to the circumstances of whatever else, I feel like for whatever reason, they're afraid to step on toes right now. And I don't understand. It's day 2 in the villa. Nobody's closed off. Like y'all need to step it up. Jeremiah and Huda, they are holding hands, y'all. They are acting like they are a married couple, like they are mom and dad of the villa. They get down to have a conversation and Huda's talking about how she's got this big old house, how she's got her own business and all this and that, how she's got multiple bedrooms. And Jeremiah asks her the money question. What is the extra bedroom for? Is it an office? Is it, you know, what is it for? And Huda's like, I'll tell you later. And I'm like, this is going to end in disaster. This is going to end in disaster. She's going to be one of the first people crying on this show. She's going to be the next Kaylor because I already see how this is going to go. This is not going to go the way she thinks this is going to go. Dragging out that you have a kid to these men that are in their early to mid 20s, it is not going to end well, right? Because, you know, it's not going to end well. So nonetheless, that's pretty much like Nick. Nick, I feel like he's, you know, I don't think he's sold completely on Bella because he's up here talking about things progressed with hand holding or touching hands. They're not doing anything. They're not having anything going on. So later they get ready for the evening, y'all, because really much wasn't going on during the day. And Ariel comes back, right? Ariel comes back and is like, listen, looky here, we're going to play a game. We're going to play a game. We're going to play a blindfold game. And I'm like, uh-oh, here we go. Here we go. And listen, I'm here for it because it's better than the typical truth or dare games that they do every first or second night or whatever. Like let's spice it up, right? So everybody's got to wear blindfolds, right? And the key to this game is you raise your hand if there's somebody else you want to kiss that you're not in a couple with, that somebody else has piqued your interest, right? And it's giving to me, you're not necessarily completely all in on your couple, right? So the people who raise their hand is Ace, Nick, Shelly, and Alondria. And I was like, I knew it. I knew it, right? So we have Shelly. She kisses Ace, of course. And again, just be open that, hey, y'all got to make this happen, right? Y'all got to get in this couple. Shelly, y'all, also kisses Ace. And people are mad about it. But I think what happened was Nick kissed Alondria first. So Alondria is trying to figure out who kissed her. I think that's what it is. I don't think she's genuinely interested in Ace. I think she's looking at proportions, height, situation, everything else, and she's thinking maybe Ace kissed her. So she goes to kiss Ace, right? Ace gets up, y'all, and he kisses Shelly and kisses Huda. And people are freaking out. Oh my gosh, he's not loyal to Shelly. And I'm like, he's in a couple with Yulisa, you guys. Like, what are we doing? They haven't established anything yet as a couple. And #1 in Love Island, all these games, all these kissing challenges, it's free game pretty much to kiss who you want until you have said, hey, we are closed off. I am not going to make a big deal about kissing in a challenge. It is the kissing that is outside the challenges and how you're moving once you've solidified, hey, I am closed off with this person. This is how it's going to go. But y'all crashing out on day 1, episode 1 is not going to cut it. And episode 1, day 2, night 2. Right? When Ace and Shelly aren't even in a couple yet. So then Ariana surprises, everybody still is in blindfolds and the 2 bombshells come out. One is British and one, their name I believe is Sierra. And I think Sierra is a friend with, she's friends with some people from season 5, I believe. So nonetheless, they do their thing. They kiss everybody pretty much and so on and so forth. And we'll see what happens. We will see who their interest is. We will see if the British man, if he is there for Yulisa or if he is there to still Landria or Shelly or whatever else. Some people are rooting for him to still Shelly, so then that way it frees her of Austin. And Austin can get eliminated, but I don't think he's going to get eliminated that fast. And then also some people are hoping that Sierra is, either with... I don't know who people want Sierra with. I personally don't really care, to be honest with you. But nonetheless, we will see. We will see what happens. And also a thing too with the British. Listen, I don't mind the international people on the show, but I will say though, I find it interesting after all these seasons of Love Island UK, they will never have anybody from the US on the show. They still will not have anybody from US on the show. But for whatever reason, the US loves bringing people in from the UK, and y'all have been doing that even since the show was on CBS, because y'all did that season 2. Y'all brought somebody in from the UK. So I'm just kind of over it, because I feel like it's hard enough, with this show. But the problem is, if you're bringing somebody in from the UK, right, 9 times out of 10, and unless you have a situation like Miguel, to where they're going to move to LA and they're going to live in the US permanently, it's doomed from the start. Because long-term plans, you're not going to be living in the United States. So unless you got plans to stay here for good, it's not going to work. And then the same thing with people from Australia. When y'all brought the dude from Australia, and I think that was season 5 or season 4, whatever. He's not obviously going to be in anything long-term with any of these people. I understand that the dude, he was going back and forth to Miami, but it was a situationship that he ended up having. It wasn't any long-term relationship. Same thing that happened with Callum, right? From Love Island, Australia. And he was on Love Island Games. He wasn't trying to have anything serious with Deb. Let's keep it a buck. And now he's got his own girlfriend who also lives in Australia, because that's the whole point. You're going to gravitate to somebody who realistically lives closer to you. And I don't think it's fair at this point that we're giving up spots to US Islanders to all these international people, because it's not going to work. Y'all trying to have a splash and everything else, and it's not working. And also, apparently, the new British person that's on here is a Trump supporter as well. So y'all got 3 Trump supporters in the villa. No. We got to do something. And so now whoever's running their account, basically, they hurried up and unfollowed. They unfollowed Trump or whatever, but I think they also follow Candace Owen. And it's like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Y'all, we are in a time in this country where we can't be playing games like this. We cannot be playing games like this and just having anybody willy-nilly up on this show. Like, y'all know that we are all detectives, we are all CIA agents, we are all FBI, but we are going to be looking these people up to see who they're following, to see where their political stance is. And it's not gonna cut it with the climate that we're in right now. Right? The climate we're in right now, where people are losing their jobs, where stuff is getting cut left and right, home prices are going through the roof, there is a tariff war in all these countries, and all of this and all of that. Like now is not the time to just be having these islanders. And I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to bring in some other viewers, but this is not the way. Because what you're doing is you're pissing off the black viewers. You want to start off like, hey, look at all these black people that we start off as the OGs, and then we're going to bring in the Trump supporting people that's really the target audience that we want. We really want the MAGA audience to watch the show. No. And now they're already on TikTok trying to make Squirrel Nation happen with Nick and Alandria, but we will see if she's even interested or is even featuring any of that. But it's like, I already see what y'all trying to do. I already see what y'all trying to do, and it's not going to work. Y'all are going to get dragged, and it's going to be backlash. And I don't need people on Reddit like, oh, well, 70 million people voted for Trump and da-da-da. No. We're beyond who voted for Trump at this point. We're in it. We are in it. We are 6 months into his presidency of chaos. So nonetheless, we can't be in a situation right now where if somebody knowingly is a Trump supporter and you're trying to get with a black girl or a black man for, for the clout and for the attention and all this and all that, we know it's not going to last. We know their families are not going to put up with it. Like y'all need to stop acting like, oh, I don't see the big deal. The big deal is it's not going to work. The big deal is it's not going to last, you guys. That's the whole point. That is why Austin's family is crashing out on Facebook right now, trying to justify that he actually does like black women. No. Y'all act like political views are not important. Y'all act like religious views are not important. Y'all act like these are not deal breakers in relationships and what's going on in this country right now. Like I'm gonna need y'all to get it together. So there is that. That is all I got for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.